go reread the post story to see whose adaptation is more faithful, but I like Romero's version a lot. It has some good Savini gore in it.
Another Tom Atkins cop.
Yeah, Tom Cop.
Mm-hmm.
The typical Tom Cop. Adrienne Barbeau. This is like her second time working with George. God, she worked with all of the big heavies, Craven and Carpenter,
Well, I guess we're just going to do the Romero segment score. I would give the Black Cat a 9. I'm giving it 8.75.
I'm going to give it a... What?
Come on.
Well, I got to think about this for a second. I didn't have this all planned out. We came into this fairly ill-prepared.
Yeah, we did.
I'm going to give it an 8.25.
We're going to jump up to 1993, The Dark Half.
Oh, The Dark Half.
And there's a quote that Romero says, and I'm thinking he's talking about this film. He says, you do a horror movie and you fail, they don't want nothing to do with you. You make a horror movie, they pay you $1 million to go to Hollywood and fart. And I'm thinking he's talking about this movie. This is really... it was out of the theaters. I remember seeing it as a kid at the theater. And it's
his first time adapting a Stephen King book. A lot of people know that in the 80s when he did Dawn of the Dead, he was planning to do like this grand, sweeping, epic version of The Stand.
Which would have been great as a movie, not a TV show.
No. So that would have been cool, but instead we get like one of Stephen King's least... Not
as bad as It.
No, what?
Are you talking about the adaptation?
No, I'm talking about the book itself.
Oh, okay. I was talking about the TV show.
This is a book that King primarily wrote for himself to work out some demons and whatever.
Oh, The Dark Half.
Sorry. So it's, I don't know. It's
essentially a story about him and Richard Bachman.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know if it's way too personal. I don't know why he selected this one to do, unless he was just kind of I don't know. Maybe he felt that story spoke to him too, as a writer of horror.
Yeah,
it's a really odd choice out of all the shit that he could have picked.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't know. It's not great.
No, the movie falls apart after actually the first act is kind of drawn out. Second act picks up. Third act falls apart.
It's another one of his really bad weak lead.
Timothy
decisions.
Hutton?
Yeah, Timothy Hutton and Patricia Highsmith or something.
Yeah, something and then I guess on the set, Hutton quit, and he was difficult to work with.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What a fucking princess.
I could kind of tell this is maybe why he quoted that, because the people in the movie he doesn't really have any of his friends in it, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Hollywood casted and...
yeah, maybe. Yeah, it doesn't have I don't know if he has to have some of
the one guy that returns in Land of the Dead.
Is it Robert Joy? Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Robert Joy. But that is his first time working with Romero, so I don't know if there's any...
He might have had some of his tech guys like Pasquale Buba or something doing his editing or something.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's one of those movies that you only really need to watch if you're a completionist.
Even if you're a Stephen King...
Yeah, if you're a Stephen King and Romero completionist, then fucking definitely watch it, but don't expect to love it or anything.
The only Romero the part that you can tell it's kind of a Romero movie is the gore at the end, I guess. When the climactic scene where he gets ripped apart by the sparrows.
There's some cool imagery, I love bird stuff, and I don't know, some of the nightmare sequences are cool.
Yeah, as the movie as a whole, though, you can kind of interchange any director, and it doesn't have a Romero.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like George, and it's just I don't know. I'm gonna give it a fucking 7.
That's what I was gonna give it, 7. And now we're gonna jump up to 2000, and this is Bruiser. It's his first movie in 7 years, and you can clearly tell that this is where he lost his touch completely. I would say.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, after this is Land, but that's just because he goes back to that universe.
Yeah, this one doesn't have very many of his tropes.
No, and there's good performances in this movie. Peter Stormare is actually
always good.
Peter Stromare's Peter is present within the first 10 minutes. He shows his dick. It's weird. I like Peter a lot. No, not Dick.
Not
Yeah.
You like Peter Stormare.
Yeah.
Not penis.
So when I see like
you only like penis a little bit, not a lot.
When I see an actor I appreciate and whatnot, I don't want to see their dick. I really don't. It kind of like, are you getting a phone call?
Yeah, he did call.
Hang up. Oh, he's
calling you now.
Oh, I'm getting a call from Scott.
He called me, and now he's calling you.
Hello?
What the fuck? You guys just gonna call and hang up on me?
I don't know. What did you want to keep talking when we hung up? I didn't. I thought you were done.
Yeah, I mean you.
Yeah, you guys are fucking dicks.
Well, you knew that coming into this.
Yeah. So what's your beef, Scott?
You're sick of this shit, man. I'm just trying to do my work, and you guys just calling me and asking my opinion.
Thank you. All right, that's enough.
God damn,
dude.
Fuck's sake.
You don't like to talk on the podcast, but now you want to talk when
all
you're
of a
not
sudden,
here.
this fucking goddamn Chatwell over here.
No, he's very serviceable. He does his fair share of talking. On
Sure,
his
yeah. You're usually the quiet one.
Yeah, because I'm usually stoned. So you get Peter Stormare. You also get Tom Atkins in a really cool role. He's got a big part.
Jason Fleming.
The
Misfits. Well, not like the Misfits, but like
without Danzig.
The Jerry Fits.
Peter Stormare is just a savage. He's running this company. I guess it's like a marketing for cover girls in a magazine, I guess. And
right.
Bruiser is the name of the company, right?
Yeah. The magazine or whatever.
Yeah, the magazine, which I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know why they named the title Bruiser when you'd assume that the main dude is nicknamed Bruiser. It's not the case. I don't know. His boss doesn't appreciate him.
Yeah, treats him like shit.
His best friend is embezzling money off him. So he never stands up for himself. So that's pretty much the plot. Is the mask makes him.
It's basically just a riff on the Invisible Man in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it is. And they don't even. I don't know if I'm missing something, but the mask that he can't take off isn't explained. But
it's just his face. He just wakes up and his face is like that.
Yeah, I don't know, but everyone can see it too. So it's not just like him thinking that.
No, it's like a supernatural.
Yeah. I'm sure you've seen it. If you haven't seen this movie, I'm sure you've probably seen the cover.
Just the white face.
Yeah, with the little holes for eyes. I've seen this before a long time ago when it first came out on DVD, and I was watching it. I remember I didn't like it, but I'd watch it for this podcast. And I was watching it, and I was like, this isn't really that bad at all. Why did I hate this? And then the third act is when it just fucking completely takes a shit.
Right, yeah. Up until that point, it's kind of like falling down. Damn it all, I'm not going to take it anymore. Pushed over the edge type movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was doing that before the final act, too, though. But ironically, when the Misfits come on screen, that's when the movie starts shitty. It's not... I hate the Misfits or whatever, but it has nothing to do with that.
That's so fucking stupid.
They're having this big party, and it's like almost like kind of a rave at a Misfits show, and it's like Romero trying to be modern, like this is what the kids do for a party, and it's just completely fucking dog shit.
Yeah, and this is like the point where he kind of starts doing that a lot. Like every film after that, he tries to like appear hip and relevant in some way and just kind of fails at it.
Yeah, and there's also like a little throwback to Martin in this where he calls a radio show.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. To confess to his murders. It's
a cool concept. It's just not executed very well at all.
I really wanted to like it. Maybe the first hour in, I was like, this is actually pretty good, I guess. And then, it has no rewatchability.
No,
and if you've never seen it, if you want to see...
It's another one of those completionist movies.
Yeah, and if you want to see Stormare's dick, if you're a completionist for Celebrity Cock...
Celebrity Cock. I have to see every actor's dick.
Watch it. I don't know. It's a fall from grace, and not that the dark half was fucking, like, good enough to not see it coming, but...
It's not like the first... he had stumbles early on, too. Night Riders was, like, kind of a big, like... What the fuck,
This is a buddy film. It's like the pre-Seth Rogen buddy film.
Right.
I would score this a 6.5. There is some good performances, like I said. Tom Atkins has a big role, and that's always a plus.
Sure.
Always a cop. 6.5.
I give it a 6. If you have the DVD, or if you watch it and that's how you watch it is on the DVD, make sure you watch the music video that Romero directed for the Misfits, because it's actually better than the movie.
Does that have like footage of them from the movie on the stage?
No, it's they all get wheeled into an emergency room and a bunch of other like people that were at their concert, and then they spring off their gurneys and start eating people in the ER. It's pretty cool.
Okay. We're going to jump up to 2005, Land of the Dead, and this is the first dead movie in 20 years.
Yeah.
And he revisits this universe, and it's a valiant effort.
I remember being so fucking excited for this movie.
Oh, it came out on my birthday, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw it on... Let me see. Yeah, it came out on my birthday, and I was like, what a fucking birthday present. This is so cool.
And then I remember being just, like, pretty disappointed.
I wasn't all disappointed.
The unrated cut is obvious. It's better because there's just, like, a pile of gore that they slopped on top of it. And that's really the saving grace of this movie is the gore.
Yeah, I like his explanation is just, now we're learning to live with this. You don't like that?
No.
What are they going to do? He can't just fucking... It's all about survival still. He's been doing that in the last 3 ones.
Yeah, but then he went on to do that again in the next 2.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's so corny and full of fucking really lame moments. Like when they're targeting the zombies at the end and he's like, no, let them go. They're just looking for a place to go. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Just like, fuck you. And like the allegory for like the war in Afghanistan and all that shit is just, it's stupid. And it's the first movie that he'd done in a while to really inject a lot of social commentary into things.
Yeah, exactly.
And some of it's good, but a lot of it's just like heavy-handed and fucking obvious.
Post 9/11.
Yeah, just obvious post 9/11 nonsense. Mm-hmm. But there is some like pretty pertinent stuff about classism.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper is the elitist.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper is just playing Dick Cheney for the most part.
I could see that.
And he's just, I don't know. I love Hopper, but in this movie, he's just kind of like phoning it in a lot of ways.
I thought he was a little bit over the top, but his best roles are over the top. Blue Velvet.
The funniest part, I forget like what scene it follows, but like he picks his nose and he says, "Zombies, man, they freak me out."
Well, it's his first zombie film,
and it just they have him pick his nose. You know, it's just funny.
And then you get a John Leguizamo appearance.
He's pretty good in this movie.
I like him in a lot of films.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty good overall, but he's like one of the few fairly good performances in this.
And we do have a weak lead, right?
Oh yeah, another weak lead. That guy fucking sucks so bad. Robert Joy's character is just too fucking laughable. Like, you never go full retard or whatever. Ho ho ho. But I don't know. He's not great in it. His character, the whole Skyflowers thing is fucking stupid.
Man,
what?
You're scoring this way low, ain't you?
There's a lot about it that really irks me. I like Asia Argento. It's one of her few like pretty decent acting roles, and she's a lot of fun to look at in this movie.
Yeah, there's no dad directing her naked, which is kind of odd to see her.
That's always fairly creepy. A lot of the ancillary characters in this one are just not great, and it's missing a lot of the vital components of the great Dead films. None of the Dead films suffer from the weak lead syndrome, and all of the ancillary characters are cool, and all of the social commentary is good.
Yeah.
And, it's not just a gore show, and Land of the Dead is. It's just a gore show. Some kind of cool plot points, though, like just the way that the world is gone in the zombie post-apocalypse, like with the street people,
Mm-hmm.
I would have much rather seen an entire movie focusing on those people, But I give it like... I give it like a 7.5.
Yeah, I was going to go 7.75. And then after this, he puts out 2 more Dead movies 2 years apart from this. You go to 2007, Diary of the Dead. When I returned to this and Survival, I always thought Survival was a little bit better, but...
No.
Oh, fuck. Diary of the Dead it's a train wreck.
Yeah, it's not very good at all. First of all, it's meant to take place on the very beginning of the zombie infestation, but for some reason it's transposed to modern time, and it just like I don't know if it's meant to be like a reboot of the entire Dead franchise or like what. I don't fucking know, man.
It's kind of it's a found footage, but unintentionally. It's
one of the it's like
they're making a horror movie, but the
like
camera
I said
still
earlier,
rolls.
it's one of the ways that he's trying to appear really relevant and just like failing and falling far, far from the mark.
kind of like feel that he didn't have enough good support or people around